register for this. It's going to be amazing.
We're
All right.
going live.
We're going live. There you go. Hey, what's up, everyone? How are you? Thank you so much for being here with us. This is amazing. The first time we're doing this. We're gonna talk with all the parents all over the world. I would like to thank all of you that are present right here at this moment. People that are Japan, United States, Australia, Canada, all over the world, even people from Brazil. Okay, thank you so much. A lot of people from Europe as well. So thank you guys for being here with us. I know this is very, very important topic, and we want to support and help the community as best as possible. And I know this is gonna cause a huge impact in the relationship between you and your child. Okay, so we're gonna start right now, Mara. We're gonna start with the slides right here. I'm with our partner Mara Ramos. Thanks for being here, guys. So welcome everyone. Okay, you guys are more than welcome to come. You can share this to everyone. So we're here. There you go. So the 7 secrets to help your child succeed their full jiu-jitsu potential. Okay, so we're gonna have like 7 secrets. And as you guys know, Professor Degovon here from San Diego, California. Right now it's 8 p.m. here. And I know we have people like from all over. It's different time for all of you. But guys, thank you so much again. You guys know me, my story, right? I'm a world champion Jiu-Jitsu, Jiu-Jitsu Hall of Fame, and ADCC, IBJJF. Here's a picture with my beautiful family, Sarah. Look at Sarah. She was like 2 years old, actually, right there in 2008 Worlds, and also like her first tournament right after her first tournament at IBJJF Kids Band when she was 12 years old. And Sarah trains since she's 4 years old, right? And it's not easy to be a parent from an athlete, right? And that's why we want to give this support to you. Okay, guys. So I would like to also introduce you, Myra Ramos. She helped me so much during many battles, and we start talking about it, and I've started using the methods. We developed this method here in our gym at Atos, and it helped so much our relationship between the parents and the coach, and also the parents and their child. I would say like the parents is kind of like the soil of their child, right? So if a plant is not like, it's not like planted in a very strong and rich soil, you are the one that nurture your child with words and with encouragement. And if you don't know how to do it, that plant can kind of like not bear good fruits, you know. So we are here to support it and help, and we know like the huge importance of the parent in their relationship with their child, especially with their child's success, right? So, Maya, can you talk a little bit about you for everyone so they can know more about you?
Sure. Thank you so much, Andre. I'm so excited to share this knowledge with all of you in the Jiu-Jitsu community. For those who doesn't know me, I'm Myra. So I am a mental coach for athletes, parents, and also coaches. I do that all over the world, especially in Brazil. As you can see, I am Brazilian. And what the picture you're seeing here is our event in Brazil. So helping many athletes, around 30,000 athletes so far. So, and our work is just in the beginning, right? So, because we are doing this, especially in Jiu-Jitsu field, to really help the parents, and with the message that parents, you are the mental coach for your child. What you say to them, what you don't say to them, has a huge impact on the way they are going to fight, on the way they are going to train. So you are very important. And that's why we are here, and we want to talk to you about that. Okay? So, and so just for you to know me a little bit more, so I do coaching, okay, for athletes. Here's some of the athletes that I work. There is not only jiu-jitsu fighters, I work also with a lot another athletes from all kind of sports. This is Alejo Muniz. He's a surfer pro. Okay, this is Bia Mesquita and some of all other guys that you probably know from jiu-jitsu. Okay, and I do also group coaching calls. And this guy here is the guy that I helped last year with some fights, right, Andre? And
Yes.
also, I do have a online program as well on Instagram, and I always talk to parents. Okay, so since 2017, I've been doing this work. And one day, Angelica texted me about like, Myra, I love the way you talk to the parents. I would love you to come to Atos and, do a speech here for our parents. And I said, oh, I would love to do that. And in December, right, in December, last year in December, I went to Atos and we did that. And it was amazing. They love it so much. And then I had this idea and I talked to Andrea, let's build, a method so we can, bring all the parents and so they can really work with their child and, be very supportive because a lot of people say like the parents they don't really help. They are more like, oh, the parents doesn't need to be here, I don't like the parents around, and all the coaches like is all this fight around the subject. So we are here because we don't want this to happen anymore. Like we want to bring the parents. Okay, so yeah, so I've been doing this work in Brazil, so now we are open this to the jiu-jitsu community and all over the world. Okay, so and just for the beginning of our work here, so I'm gonna just show you a picture when I was an athlete. Okay, I started since I was 6 years old, and this newspaper here was in Brazil. Okay, and what happened is was the reporter was like interviewing me, and they say like, okay, Lamira, let's take a picture now, you and your coach. And I said, oh no, not me and my coach, me, my coach, and my mom. And the reporter asked like, why you want your mom to be part of the picture? And I told the reporter, I said, well, because my mom is part of the team. So parents, you are part of the team. Thanks for being here. I hope you like all the knowledge we're gonna share with you. So now I want Andrea to start talking a little bit about that. And yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it, guys. Let's do it. All right. So we're gonna talk about the seventh secret, right? To help your child, and they're gonna achieve like full success, right? The first one is in traditional sports team, right? There's a relationship between coach and athlete and coach, right? So this is very common and natural in every single team. This is very traditional, but the way that we use our method is including the parent as part of the team. Just like Mara said on her picture right there when she was little, she would like to have her mom with her with the coach, right? Because the mom has a huge role, right? And always athletes, you see athletes like doing that, right? A lot of athletes, they recognize that and they understand that, but sometimes it seems like they don't care much about that, right? And we here together with Myra, we start using this method and it's helping tremendously, right? Tremendously. So the parent has a huge role in the team, right? But the parent has to know where he should be and where is his role, right? Where he's crossing the line and where he needs to be, and the coaches and the athletes, they have a good relationship on the mat, right? And the coach help the athlete to go and achieve like discipline, also training, right? And all of that. But the parents sometimes don't understand this, and we want to help you to reveal to you like this secret. Okay, anything you want to add, Mara, on this topic?
Yes, sure. And this is important that it's not only from our head that we are saying this to you, it's because science prove us, right, that this is happening. So there is a research, there is many research. If you go on Google and type like, oh, what is the parents about parents and youth sports? You see like many research like confirm this, okay, that the parents are part of the team, but the parents doesn't have a manual, doesn't have a guide of things that they should do and they shouldn't do. So that's why the parents sometimes behave in a way that coach doesn't like, because they just say things that are not nice, for the child, and then the coach get crazy, right, Andre?
Yeah. Yeah.
Want to explain a little bit more because you have a lot of experience, like you work with more than
Yeah.
200
Yeah,
coaches,
definitely.
right?
Like, I know there's a lot of coaches like watching this as well. We receive emails from coaches, and sometimes the coaches they don't understand like the role of the parent as well. You know, a lot of coaches they don't understand that. They just think like, okay, the parents, the good parents, they'll want for the coach, right? There's a parent that doesn't talk and just like not even show up at the practice, but actually like we know like sometimes not sometimes, but a lot of times you want to watch your child like training and all that and see what's going on. You want to be involved. And a lot of times the coach, they don't understand and um, the behavior, right, of the parents and how to talk with them as well. And we are here to help the coaches also, right? Not only the parents, but also the coaches. But you have to understand as a coach how to include the parent in the team. You know, the parent is part of the team. So you have to understand how to include the parent in the team. So as you can see here in this particular study, like highlights that in addition to children, coaches also perceive parents as having an important role in child supporting development. However, supportive behaviors must not become too overpowering. Otherwise, the success, the sporting development of the child could be implicated, right? So right here, like it's proof, right, by science that the parents has a huge role in their child success, right? So the athletes, they must have the orientation, right? The orientation between coach and athlete, but also like parent and athlete, right? The parent is right there helping and prepare the mental aspect of their child, right? And this is also for a long-term relationship. We have a lot of athletes, they don't have a good relationship with the parent just because the parent put a lot of pressure, and all of that. So as you can see here, as reported by both Busted, sorry, in 1988, and again by Lethwaite and Scallon, children who perceive parental pressure are likely to experience competitive trait anxiety and sport burnout, right? A lot of kids, maybe you relate with that. Maybe you're here and then you relate that, man. My kids kind of like getting burnout. I don't know why, and maybe it's a way that you communicate with your child, right? So we just like showing this scientific study right here, the science, right? In case you guys don't believe us, right? So you have to trust the process, right? Everything that's it's saying here, science talks about it, right? It's super important for the parent to have a positive impact in their children's life. So right here you see like this involvement can have a positive or negative influence on a child's sporting development. I would say not only sporting development, but also like in life development, because the sports is helping the lessons that we learn in sports helps the child to become a better human being, right? And then sometimes this broken relationship can affect the kids like for the rest of their lives. So and then we talk like development, experience, and emotions, and the importance of parents' behavior for their child's enjoyment and motivation in sports is broadly described by the Sanchez Miguel et al. In 2013 study, right, and which demonstrates a positive relationship between parental support of this of the sport and a player's enjoyment and motivation. So you see, like parents, you are the mental coach of your child, right? So we have the next slide, or anything else you want to add right here, Mara?
Well, yeah, I think it's clear, right? And I'm sure everybody knows that, but people doesn't want to talk about that, right? Every time, like I work with many teams, and every time I talk to a coach about it, and they're like, "Oh, Myra, I don't want to deal with the parents. They're like too much trouble." And I'm like, "No, like you have to, because like they are not here just to pay, right? They're here to be part of the team." And then we start working, and it's amazing when we see like the results, because when we talk to the parents and when the parents start doing things right, you can see the results in the kids, and this is amazing.
Yeah.
And I want to show you guys something that is kind of shocking. At least it was shock to me. It was like very
Look at this.
difficult to see that.
Every year, 40 million young athletes train and compete in the United States. That's a lot of athletes. Imagine like how many parents, right? 40 million, like you'd say like there's like 60, between 60 to 80 million parents, right? So it's crazy.
Yeah.
So as you can see here, can you keep going, Mara? Sorry, I interrupt you. So you can keep
No,
going.
and perfect. Yeah, and like it's a lot, and but this is like crazy. 7 out of 10 athletes quit sports before the age of 13.
Yeah.
This is absurd, right? It's like, and why? Like, why? It's because the kids can't handle the pressure of
Yeah.
the parents.
Mhm.
So, and we are here to change that. That we cannot accept this at
Yeah.
all. Like, we don't like it doesn't need to be that way,
Yeah.
right?
For-
And I've been asking, like, since I faced this research, I was like, okay, why is this happening? Like, I'm sure the parents want the best for their child. Why are they pressure? Like, why they put so much pressure? And studying and talking and having a lot of sessions with parents, I noticed like they do that because they don't have the knowledge. So
Yeah.
athletes get the manual, right? You teach the techniques for athletes. So the coach, they go to university, they know like the techniques and everything. But how about the parents? Like, who teach the parents? Nobody teach the parents, and the parents doesn't know what to do. So that's why we want to, there's like a movement starting, I think, especially in Brazil, because we've been doing that like for 7 years so far. And we're doing that like in the jiu-jitsu now. And what we want is really like to change that numbers and make the parents understand they are the mental coach of their child.
Yeah.
So I don't want you to go like when you like if you want to just go home now and don't watch us anymore. I just want you like, okay, I'm the mental coach of my child. I need to take care of the things that I say, the things that I don't say to them, like the things that I really do. Not only what you say, but your expression, right? Your face expression, your body language. Like
Yeah.
every time you're saying something, you're communicating for your child. And everything that you say to them, it's gonna develop something like on them. Okay.
Yeah.
It might be helpful or not helpful.
Yeah. And to be honest, like I never seen that in other sports, or like there's not much about it. So where like people, or we have like teachers, right, coaches that orient the parents, to support the child in the right way, right? So usually it's like it's very void, so right here we know like the coaches, like they can't orientate the kids and the children, but who is in charge of the parents, who help the parents, right? And we are here to solve this problem.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay, let's start with the first secret. Okay. So I think I want to know from people who are watching us right now, like comment in the message here in the chat, like it all makes sense to you? Do you understand this and do you agree with this? So just send us like yes, a thumbs up, so we know that it all makes sense to you. Okay. So, and I want to talk about the first secret right now. And I really want you to pay attention to this because it really can, change the way you think of all of this. Okay. When we talk about sports, okay, any type of sports, competitive, right? We always talk about the outcome. There is no way, like if you train, if you invest your time, your money, and you travel and you go to tournaments and of course you wanna the outcome. What is the outcome? Is the results. Like I want to be the best, I want to be champion, I want to become a national champion, I want to become the best of my I would say my belt. Okay, this is the outcome. And what I'm going to show you is the three layers of the behavior change the author, James Clear, talk about in the book um, Atomic Habits. Okay, and it all starts like whatever you want in life. Okay, you have the three layers. Okay, first we're going to talk about the outcome. The outcome is the result, like we always want the outcome. Okay, the second thing is the process. What is the process? Like if you want an outcome, you're going to have a process, you're going to have to follow a process to get the outcome. Let's say I want to win the Pan American tournament, okay, or the world now, right? It's coming up.
Mhm.
Uh, I need to follow a process, right? I need to eat well, I need to sleep, I need to train harder, I need to do like physical training, and I need to follow a process to get the outcome, right? But what James Clear tells us in the book is something that is very, very important, and nobody talks about it. Is the identity. The identity is like your beliefs, your values, okay? Is how you see yourself. Okay, let's say you want to be like the best, okay, in jiu-jitsu, okay? This is the outcome. And then you follow the process. You go to a gym, you train harder, you train hard, you do everything you need to do to get the outcome. But if your identity, if you don't see yourself as a champion, if you don't believe in yourself, it's not going to happen. You can follow the process as much as you think, but when you get to the tournament, that is 90% mental, okay? When you go to a tournament, it's 90% mental. Like if you don't believe in yourself, you don't gonna get the outcome. So that's what you have to think about. Like first, identity. This is the most important thing for you to get the outcome. Let's think about, I'm gonna give you an example, okay, for adults like me. Okay, for the parents. Let's say you wanna lose weight, okay? This is the outcome. I wanna lose 10 pounds. And then I need to follow a process. I'm gonna follow a diet, I'm gonna exercise, okay? But my identity, if I don't see myself as a thin person, if I see myself as a fat person, it's probably, I'm gonna follow the process a little bit, but I don't see myself as a thin person. So if my identity, if I don't believe, if I don't see myself, I won't follow the process for many longer, or I will lose some weight and I'll gain back. Does it make sense to you? Okay, so why this has to deal with jiu-jitsu? Okay, I'll get there. Um, Parents, pay attention to this. If the identity is who I am, the process is what I do, and the outcome is what I have. Okay? So now pay attention to this. Athletes and coaches prioritize the process. Athletes and coaches prioritize the outcome, but parents prioritize the values, life lessons that sports provide. What that means is, parents, you are responsible to develop the identity of your child.
Mhm.
The identity is the person who's the self-image. Let's understand what is the identity, okay? Beliefs are formed especially in the childhood. The beliefs that is he's gonna have like about their abilities. Let's say if you, especially the relationship between the parents and the child. Let's say you always say things that push your kids down, okay? So what do you think it's gonna be in their identity? And the problem is parents want to take care of the process and they forget to take care of the identity. They want to follow the process, like they want to talk about the process with the child. Like, oh, you should do this. I think you should run faster. I think you should do like more. I think you should train harder. I think you should do this and this and this. And then they forget to take care of the identity. And the thing is, the coach take care of the process. The coach take care of the outcome. The parents take care of the identity. So if the parents doesn't take care of the identity, what's gonna happen? This is gonna be forget. Like nobody's gonna talk about this. And the parents start talking about the process is the worst thing that can happen because the kids doesn't see your parent as a coach. Sarah, remember, Andre, you sent it
Mhm.
to me. Sarah, she gave an interview about that, and she was saying like, um, they asked her like, how is like to have Andre and Angelica as your coach? And she's like, oh, I don't see them as my coach. I see them as my parents.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Like Sarah, um, when she competes, we're there, but she sees us as her coach, and her coaches, and she definitely can separate that really, really well. And talking about identity, like at home, like I'm always like helping and supporting my daughter in this aspect, right? So taking care um of the things that we have to talk, with our children, like when you're eating, the communication, right, that you have when you sit at the table. So definitely like it's super important. And I thank God, right, that she feels like that, and she knows that she knows her identity, and she understands like the process, right? Like I mentioned that before, to Myra, that at home pretty much like I don't keep talking about jiu-jitsu 24/7, at home is more conversation about like the communications of the mental aspect, like the behavior on and off the mat. It's everything like on and off the mat, so we are educating our daughter to become a better human being and make sure that she understands the importance of helping the team and helping those who are around her, and the process naturally happens because the coach know what to do, and she knows what to do as well. She had, thank God, like she had like good examples at home. She saw like how things works, and she trusts us, she trusts us, and that's why she feels that way.
Mhm. Perfect. And okay, I think it's clear, right? You guys understand about that? So the process, who take care of the process? The coach take care of the process. The parents take care of the identity. You are responsible, mom, daddies, you are responsible for the most important part of the tournament. And what is the identity, Myra? What is this? I know I can see the chat here. You guys can ask as many questions as you want. I will try to answer all of them, okay? And I want to ask you also, like, what is the biggest challenge for you right now? You as a parent, okay? What is the biggest challenge you're facing right now with your child? Is when you go to tournament, it's about like anxiety before a fight, or if your kid like cries too much, during the tournament because they don't want to lose. Uh, Tell us here in the chat, like, what is the challenge you're facing right now, okay? And after our our class here, I will try to answer, okay? Okay, let's keep going here. So we need to work on the identity, okay? And there is a lot of things you have to do to work on the identity. So stop taking care of the process, okay? Believe on the coach that you hired and start taking care of the most important part of the tournament.
Yeah.
And what it is, Myra, is taking care of the self-esteem and the self-worthness. What is this? Self-esteem and self-worth are mainly formed by the quality and the quantity of love communicated by parents up to the age of 12. Okay, I'm not saying is like the self-esteem is not developed after 12, but especially until 12 years old. So if your kid is 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, you are responsible for the most important part of the development, okay? So you need to take care of this. It's related to everything a child sees, feels, and hears that has a strong emotional impact. So let's understand, okay? A kid with low self-esteem has a weak voice, unkempt body, obesity, avoiding eye contact, anxiety, tension, nervousness, aggression. So if you notice that your child are having is having this behavior, you please let me know. Okay, we need to talk. This research, you can see the difference in the brain that a child that received love and that child that didn't receive love. And what I mean by love is, well, we're going to talk more about that, but I know you love your child. Of course you love your child. But the thing is, how are you communicating this love for your child? Is the child like really understanding the love that you're sending? Because sometimes parents think like, oh, but I take them every day to jiu-jitsu and to school, I drive them, I feed them, I do this. I know, but we need to understand that kids, they need different language about love. And I'm gonna, like, all this presentation, we're gonna talk about this, but what I want you from now on is that you start taking care of the self-esteem of your child, okay? Because I don't know any athlete, I don't know any very good athlete, and believe I have been working with many of them. Andrea is one of them. Is like, I don't know any good athlete that has low self-esteem. That is just impossible, okay? Because let's say Andre, okay, for him to fight with like many guys and and be like one of the best, like for many years, like you need to have a very high self-esteem, okay, and very high self-confidence, okay? And of course you build this through the years and through a lot of work, but you parents are responsible for that, because your kids will love himself or herself if they feel loved by you, Okay?
Yeah. There's a lot of questions here on the chat.
Yes, you want to answer any?
Yeah, it's incredible. Um, so somebody here say like, what do you do when you are the parent and the coach? You can't separate things. Yes, you can. You can separate things. Definitely. You can. Um, I am a parent and I'm a coach, and definitely like I said, at home, I try my best to just talk with my daughter, enjoy her, play video game with her, play games with her, like going to the pool, going to the street and do things that the child needs, you know. And at the gym, that's when I have my gi on, my belt on, and she understands that I am her father, but also I am the coach, right? So she understands that. And sometimes when she doesn't listen to me, and on the mat, I come at home and say, hey, like me as a coach, I was there, talk with you to do this, and you kind of like didn't hear me. So I would like to see you like hear me a little bit more and understand that I want your best as a coach, right? And now as a parent, I have to aware that you have to listen everyone that's there, you know, me and whoever is there teaching the class. You have to understand that. So, and then you can, of course, like understand how to separate that. Because if you all the time just thinking about the results, they're just the results without uh finding the way that you talk with your child to go right inside the identity of your child, like develop an identity within, yeah, you're gonna make a huge mistake. And I see a lot of people there, parent and coach, they have this hard time because they want their child to be like the biggest example on the class, on the mat. Like they put a lot of pressure on their kid. And at the end of the day, your kid is just there to have fun, and to enjoy. But naturally, like the process of responsibility and discipline will come. First your child has to enjoy being there. So if you put a lot of pressure 24/7, definitely it's going to be hard.
Perfect. Okay, let's understand about the low self-esteem and what might be like what the things that you say to them that can contribute with the low self-esteem. Okay, let's talk about the 10 drainers. Criticize. You want to do that, Andre?
Yes, criticize. You should be more aggressive, just like Alex. It's like you're not only criticizing, but you're also comparing your child with another fighter. This is not good. Correct, right? You say your arm lock isn't good enough. You should train harder, right? So when you go out there and you try to correct right away, that's remember, you're focused on the identity, right? The coach focus on the process. Sarcasm, like you go, what do you think on that fight? Like where's your mind? You looking like you're in the clouds. Like what's going on? So it's just like little sarcasm, and your children is not gonna feel right about that. Ignoring, like not now, maybe later when your child comes and talk to you and you just like, or maybe crying, just like avoid it and try to like show that your child is only get reward if they do well. And this definitely happens like when things doesn't go well, right? According to the way that you're expecting. And then one more is no verbal. So you just like, you don't say anything, you're trying to be a good parent, but your body language is everything, and communication is 80% body language, right? So if you're like running and then your eye rolling, like, or you have like deep breath and heavy sinus, it's not gonna help. This is definitely not gonna help. And I see this happening training. Imagine tournaments, right? Imagine like on the way home. So definitely, if you've done that, what I suggest you, uh, if there is anything that you feel like, oh my God, I did all of this, or maybe like I did one of these things, definitely like it's all about communication. You can talk with your child and you can say sorry, and then you're just like trying to change the way you communicate with your child, and definitely like parents, they don't want to show their mistakes. They don't want to show their um like the holes that you have, right? The errors that you make in life. Parents want to be superhero for their child, but it is okay to go to your child and just say, hey, let's say I go, hey, Sarah, like that day I made this mistake. Like, I'm so sorry about it. This is about anything in life, anything. So don't try to play superhero, right? So if you've done that before and maybe you did, just like have a good communication, good conversation with your son or daughter and talk with them and say sorry, and then try to act differently. That's the best thing you're gonna do.
Yeah, and also I want to talk about this ignoring thing, because sometimes when we talk to the parents, they're like, okay, now I'm not gonna say anything. They get a little bit sad, with me sometimes, where they say like, take care of the identity, don't take care of the process. Like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. Like, ignoring is not the best way.
Yeah.
No, you are the mental coach, so you have to do a lot of things, but you just don't have to do some kind of things that is not your problem. Like, you don't have to take care of the process. Okay. And okay, we're gonna get there in this
And I can
non-verbal.
give you an example too. I can give an example. Like one
Please,
time,
please.
one time my daughter fought and then she won the fight, but she made some mistakes, And then I remember like she came, she hugged me, and then she celebrated and all that. And I say, hey, but you know what? Like in that like position, you should do this, do that. And then like I remember like she looked at her mom like, man, dad just see my mistakes. Like you didn't see that I won, you know what I mean? And then I felt like so bad, at the moment I was like, oh, I'm never gonna do that again. I'll wait at least like 1 or 2 days to like not saying right away that she needs to be correct in certain situations because everybody makes mistakes. It is okay to make a mistake, but trying to overcorrect is not like the best thing. So, and then from that day on, I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I will just wait and I'll let her enjoy her victory, in case like she wins, or even if she lose, I'll let her like pass through the process of dealing with the loss, and then later on I will like correct if in this case I am the coach, right? So
Yeah, it was clear like that at that time she was looking at you as a father, not as a
yeah,
coach. So
exactly.
you notice, and then you change like the behavior like right away. Okay, now let's talk about the tank fillers.
Yeah, so thank fillers like truthful, truthful, specific praise. Sorry. Um, you look really focused and determined when you compete in jujitsu. So you kind of like you see like a good aspect of your child, right? They're really focused, they're determined, and I know like my wife always say that to my daughter, right? And definitely like she's super focused. um, Express appreciation, right? It's amazing to see how much you have grown and improved in jujitsu, right? So you just show your child that you see like there's a process they're passing and it's working, and they feel like so good about it. So the next one, it's listening and asking powerful questions. What did you like about the fight? Like the fight was over, the training was over. What did you like? What was more fun? The part of the fight that was fun, or maybe the part of the fight that you enjoy, like what it was, or what was most interesting about the seminar, right? If in case they go to a seminar or a private lesson, you have like those type of questions. And of course, when you ask a question, your child will respond, always, always. And then after they respond, and then you ask like why, like if that's not very clear, and then you can keep a good communication with your child, and then you can develop a great relationship. And then also like, did you have fun, right? I know like have done that before, right? So and no verbal action like smiling, clapping, thumbs up, right? So of course with the big smile, that always helps your child. So they see like you're acting a positive way. They're like, well, my parents here, so I'm super proud of me. So my self-esteem is like getting boosted, right? So that's super important.
Yeah, people should really understand about these non-verbal actions because they're really like they mean a lot to their kids. Like if
Yeah.
you one day you like you have the opportunity to ask or just to notice, just when you're sitting and watching your kids like playing, fighting, you just like do this and smile like this, and just observe like how they behave after that. Just do the test. Do the test.
Yeah.
Okay, so it makes sense. Like there's so many questions in the chat. Like thank you so much. I'm gonna try to ask them. Okay, we are gonna try to answer. Okay, so we're just gonna keep going here. So because there's a lot to talk about it. Okay,
Yeah.
so the next thing to work on the identity and also in the self-esteem is to have the ability to initiate a conversation with your child. Like I know it's hard, especially if your child is 12 years old or more, like more than 12 years old, because the like teenagers, they are more like, they change, like their brain change, so they behave differently. Okay, but you really need to know what to say when your child is feeling angry. Like what do you say to them? Okay, when your child is feeling sad, like what do you say in this situation? Like what is your approach? What do you tell them? Okay, when your child's overly confident before a fight and you look at them and you notice like, maybe this is not the best way. Or when your child is scared, like to have the ability to initiate a conversation, because remember the coach cannot do that. Let's say um, your child is angry for some reason, and of course the coach is there like coaching another kid, and you were there like watching the situation. Like what do you say? Like what do you understand? Like this is so important for you to to have a guidance, to have a manual, so you know what to do in these situations. And sometimes like you probably have done things like you regret, and I don't want to say this to for you to feel guilty, but just to help you like understand that communication is the key here for you to work on the identity. Okay, and that's what I'm going to talk about now, is like when you communicate to your child. Like that's why most parents like, oh, my child doesn't listen to me. If they listen to me, they would be a much better athlete. I hear that all the time, Andre. So
Me too.
yeah. And one thing, like you need to know how to communicate in an effective way. Okay, there are so many tools. Okay, we work on the like with the parents. There are so many tools, but here I want to talk about something very easy for you to implement. Okay, you can implement that tomorrow. When you talk to your child, you need to say something that it's gonna make them to make a vision, okay, on them. Let's say you want to motivate your kids. Okay, like you want to make them like more excited about the competition, or about winning, or about a tournament, or about seminar, about something. Okay, you need to say something that it's gonna make them like vision, like imagine. Okay, we do that with visualization. It's a mental coach technique. Okay, and then you can do that by just talk to them. Let me gonna give you an example here. You can say, oh, imagine how it's gonna be when you're there fighting with that person. Like can you imagine can you imagine how nice it will be when you change the belt, like when you get like promoted, right? In the new belt. So you make them to imagine, something with you when the way you talk.
Mhm.
Because sometimes you just want to give them the advice and they're just hearing. See, it's just one part of the brain. You need to communicate with them in a way that you use all the sense, like writing, speaking, reading, sensitive, moving, like watch a movie together and talk about the movie, read a book together and talk about the book. Have these moments with your child that it's going to be more, so then it's going to be more open for a conversation. And then I'm going to go through like more, contents for you to understand. But keep in mind that what you say needs to connect in an emotional way to your child. Then you can help them to change a behavior. Okay. I know it's kind of technical here, but it's important for what is gonna come. Okay. So okay. This thing like about the brain also, there is something very important for you to help your child to deal with emotions. I want to show you this polyvagal chart, okay, by Stephen Porges, that say a lot about like the way they behave before a tournament, before a fight, before something that is very important to them. Let's say your child is in the green zone. As you can see here, is a green zone, okay? Let's understand something very technical here, but it's easy. I will explain in a very easy way, okay? We all have a nervous system, okay? That is divided in two parts: sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system, okay? When your child is in the green zone, both of them are like balanced, okay? Let's say the sympathetic nervous system is like a car, okay? You just you just go with the car, okay? You accelerate the car. And the parasympathetic nervous system is like the brake, okay? It needs to be in balance. When it's in balance, we say that your child's in the green zone. We are in the green zone. It means that we are calm, we're relaxed, we're focused, we are okay, right? This is the best way for them to compete. If you're in the green zone, you're going to compete well. You're going to get into the flow state. You're going to be the best as you can be, okay? We need to help them to stay in the green zone. But what happens? Let's say he has a fight, okay? It's a very important fight. And then people around the child start like, oh, you're gonna compete, oh, you're gonna fight with that person's very good. And then he start like getting out of the green zone and start getting in the yellow zone. What is the yellow zone? Is when he start like having anxiety, worry, he get like a little bit like doubts, self-doubts. And then if he doesn't do anything when he's in the yellow zone, he can stay in the red zone. He can go for the red zone. The red zone is anger, fear, panic. I received a message with a mom telling me like, oh, my child had a panic attack before a fight. I don't know what to do. Can you help me? And I'm like, of course, I can help you. But what happened is the child was in the green zone and then start going to the yellow zone. And they don't have anything to do right here. So the kid went to the red zone and they don't know, like the kid that didn't know how to manage the emotions. Like if the parent knew what to do, the parent would be like, okay, let's go back in the green zone, let's do something. Okay. There's many things you can do, like breathing exercise. We do tapping. There's many techniques. Okay. But the thing is, you as a parent need to understand these different zones and understand that your child to compete well needs to stay in the green zone. And the blue zone is very critical, okay, to stay. The blue zone is when the child is sad, depression, shut down, like he just don't say anything. He doesn't like move, like doesn't move a lot. It's just the child just stay like quiet, and this is not good. Okay, you don't want your child to stay in the blue zone. So we
Mhm.
all need to work to the child go for the green zone. That's our work here. That's what you as a parent need to understand. Okay, and then I will ask Andre to help me now to
Mhm.
go to the pre-competition. Like, let's understand how you can help your child to stay in the green zone during the competition. Okay, Andre, I separate here the insecure parents and the winning parents.
Yeah. So the insecure parents, they focus a lot on the outcome, right? And like you're gonna win, you have to win, winning parents focus on effort, just do your very, very best. That's what I want. Do your very best, and that's it. So the insecure parents, the next one, Mara, comparison with others. You see that kid is warming up. Oh, you better move, You see he's getting ready, he's focused. You get better be focused. And the other parents focus on belly button. The belly button is a technique that we use, right? So we touch the belly button. So it's kind of like focus on themselves. So you make your kid like focus on themselves and not focus too much on the opponent, right? So they have to focus on themselves. So touching the belly button is a technique.
Yeah,
And
it's a technique that we teach. Don't. It's a funny It's a silly technique.
yeah,
Actually,
it is.
it's like I'm not gonna teach them this, Myra. This is crazy. Okay, we can keep that way. It's just like the parents sometimes compare their kids with others, right, and make it
Yeah,
worse.
yeah.
You see that, right, all the time.
Yes, I see it all the time. All the time. So focus on your child, okay? And if they can't make a mistake, coach or parent, sorry, you can't make a mistake, right? So when the kid makes a mistake, they yell, they talk with the kid, they just like tell them this. I see parents doing crazy stuff, right? And the winning parents, like mistakes are okay. Just like I mentioned before, sometimes they're gonna make mistake. So they have to figure out ways like after they make mistake to learn a lesson if they lose. But if they make a mistake, they're still winning. And then they have to understand that it's okay to make a mistake, but then they have to deal with that. They have to do something else, right? In order like to fix that mistake, either like to improve their technique, right? Afterwards, or like not doing that anymore because we learn more with mistakes, we learn more when you make mistakes. When everything is great, so it's hard to learn.
I think it today like is the most common problem that parents come to me and say like, "Oh, my kid is afraid to make mistakes." Like, and I say like, "Okay, maybe because when they do something right, you're like, oh yeah, right? You're like you're so happy, and when they make mistake, like, oh, why did you do this? You should have done better, and blah blah blah. That's why they don't like to make mistakes. But to be a good athlete, like you have to make mistakes. There is no way you don't make mistakes. So
Yeah,
mistakes are part of the job. Right?
yeah,
Okay. So it like I we have so many questions here. So the team is putting all together so we can answer them. Okay.
yeah,
And for this pre-competition is something like very easy that you can implement, right? You guys understand this and you can implement right away. Don't focus on the outcome, focus on the effort. It means like you're not gonna say to your child like things like, oh, you're gonna win. This is the most important competition of the year. Don't make mistakes. You're gonna win. I'm sure you're gonna do your best and blah blah blah.
How about when
No,
they say
focus.
like you're gonna kill this guy?
You're gonna kill this. Oh my god. You're gonna focus on the effort, like, oh kid, like son, daughter, like just go and do your best. Like, there's many things you can say. I'm gonna show you something.
Yeah.
But yeah, be careful, okay? Because you're not gonna help them when you focus too much on the outcome, when you compare them to the others, and you just talk about these things. You're not gonna help.
Yeah.
Okay, now I want to give, I want you to imagine that your child went to a competition, very important one, and he or she lost the fight,
Hmm.
okay? And he or she is very sad or angry, and you don't know what to do. My question to you is, what do you do when your child lost a fight, lost a tournament, or even in tournament? What do you say to them? What do you usually say to them? Helps, or does it make any effect on them? I have some suggestions, okay, for you. First, you need to understand to do powerful questions. Powerful questions is part of the parents that understand that they are the mental coach. My work, when I work with athletes and when I work with parents, um, my job is do powerful questions so they understand and they can come up with the answers. Okay. So when your child lost a fight, okay, you can ask some questions. What did you learn from that experience? This is a very good question you can ask. Not just, why you think you lost? Be careful with questions starting with why,
Hmm.
because it can be very can be rude, can be very rude, or people think you're like interrogating them. Just you can be nice and just like trying not to use the word why. Okay. Next question would be, why did you handle competing under pressure? Sorry, how did you handle competing under pressure? So you understand that you're initiating a conversation here. You see how much powerful it can be.
Yeah. And this is right after a loss, right?
Yeah, you also can wait around 24 to 48, 72 hours, to talk about it. You can you know your child. Like if they don't want to talk about it, just don't force them. But if they're open, you can talk to them. As soon as you start doing like powerful questions and initiating the conversation and change your behavior, you notice they'll be more open to you, and then you have a good conversation. But if the relationship is not being like good, will be hard for them to answer right away. You notice like we start doing questions, like making questions, they will be like, oh, I don't want to answer this. Oh, mom, dad, stop doing this, blah, blah, blah. But if you have a good relationship, they will answer. Okay. You need to be patient. And next question would be, what about the fight can you feel good about even though you lost? I love this question. I love this question because it like is even you lost, like is there anything good we can see?
Hmm.
We can learn, right? And the next one would be, why do you think it's important to learn to bounce back from failure? This word is hard for Brazilians to say.
Easy.
You like these questions, Andre?
Yeah, I love these questions. I remember like the first jiu-jitsu tournament that my daughter competed was Kids Pan. She chose like the most dangerous tournament in jiu-jitsu. IBJF. I remember like she just came back training after stopping for 4 years. So she stopped for 4 years training, and then she came back when she was 12. She started at 4, she stopped when she was 8, and then she come back when she was 12. And when she stopped at first, I didn't know like much of these things, but then like I started realizing like how important jujitsu was for her human development, So jujitsu is definitely like a great tool for human development. And that's why we want to share that with all of you here. And we believe that jujitsu can definitely help your child to be better human, not only athlete, right? It can be better human, better in better aspect in every single way. So and then I remember like she lost the finals, right? She lost the finals and we just hug her and love her, and I think that was like amazing because she felt like, okay, I lost, but she cried a lot, right? And it was hard for me to see that. My wife look at me, and at the same time we hugging her, we kind of like almost crying too, you know what I mean? Like it was hard, but she felt loved, and we let her all know it's okay, you did great, you did amazing, congratulations, you know um we're gonna just move on. That's it, like, and we are so happy that you're here. Let's go there to get your medal, congratulations. And that's it. So I think after that tournament, she realized like, okay, so it is okay to make a mistake. So my parents are still my parents, they still love me, and that's the most important thing, right? So when your child feels like that support, definitely like they don't have that pressure, right? And you're talking about like Sarah, that's her parents are world champions. That was a lot of pressure on her already on that. But then when she felt like that way, like I believe like we relieve all the pressure for her shoulders. And now like she's them, like she's that loss, like she's doing great, and she's doing really, really well. So I think it's very important to understand and know how to behave and support your child like after a loss. And then we start talking. We start a great conversation, on the way home, with powerful questions, not judgment or anything like that, and just encourage her and love her. And I think that was a huge change for sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And there's also powerful assertions. Resilience is such an important attribute. I love to see you bounce back that after a disappointment. This is something that I really like to say also, because resilience is something that uh, it's so rare to see nowadays, like the child like being really resilient, because they want everything right away, right? They don't want to get frustrated anymore. So, and when you say something like that, you're really showing them what is important.
Yeah.
Okay. And one more. I know in my life that I learned more from my go ahead, Andre. failures than from my success. In fact, times I have been successful have usually come from learning from my mistakes. You already said that, right, today?
Yeah. I know in my life, yeah, I know in my life that I learned more from my failures. That for sure, for sure. We all learn more with our failures, but you have to be humble enough to recognize your failures, because when you don't recognize your failures, then you don't learn, you don't learn. So if there's a mistake that you made as a parent, like I said before, you have to recognize that, and you have to say sorry, ask for forgiveness, somehow, and that's a great healing right there in the relationship. And in life in general, as a businessman, as a husband, a father, as a leader, as a coach, you have to recognize the things that you're doing wrong, right? If there is something that you can change, you have to change. And like I said before, people are scared to change, right? People don't want to change, and it is okay to change. And if you change, you will grow. and definitely like life is about it in my perspective right here. Okay. The way that I live my life is always seeking for change in a good way. Like what I mean, like change is not changing your personality, not changing who you are, but changing is like recognize your failures, your mistakes, and fix it, and then move on. So you fix it, you recognize, fix it, and then you move on. So it's very
Get the knowledge, right? Get the knowledge to change also.
exactly.
Okay, I want to know from you guys that are here in the chat that it all makes sense to you. You like it. You're gonna implement this week.
Are we
I
helping
see
you? Are you?
we are helping.
Yeah.
Is being helpful. So I see that some parents said that their kid is gonna compete for the first time. Yay! It'll be fun. I'm sure
Yeah.
it's gonna be fun. Okay, I want to bring all the 7 secrets that I've been talking, okay? We've been giving you a lot of content like from the past 1 hour, and I hope you guys like it. I hope you can implement this, okay?
But
And
we
you
have
just
more, Daisy. We have a surprise.
yes, yes. Okay, let's just put all the secrets together. Okay, the first one is the identity. You understand that you are part of the team, and you are responsible to build the identity. You are the mental coach of your child, and you are responsible for the most important part of the tournament to build the person. Your child needs to feel loved from who he is and not from what he does, how he or
Mhm.
she, okay? The second thing is help them to build the self-esteem. Every athlete, every person needs to, like every athlete, successful athlete needs to have a high self-esteem. The secret number 3 is communication. Communication. You need to manage this and understand how to communicate in an effective way so the child understand, feel loved, and change the behavior when it's necessary, right? The secret number 4 is to work on the emotional intelligence. Knows what to do when scared, when it's frustrated, when it's angry, how to deal with emotions. The secret number five is manage self-doubts. Secret number 6 is spread competition. And secret number 7 is to understand about post-competition. Okay, if you as a parent understand the 7 secrets and implement them, I'm for sure that you can really help your child to achieve their full jiu-jitsu potential.
Yeah.
Okay, and yeah, so we talk a little bit about all of them. Okay, and now I want to talk about for you guys that want to continue like studying this. Okay, Andrea, you want to talk about the mentoring
Yes, definitely,
new
definitely.
movement that we are launching, and I'm so excited to show them.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So we're building this mentoring for athletes, right? For parents of athletes, and we have 6 weeks of live sessions, 6 workbooks, parents assessment, recording sessions, and material, audio PDFs, and videos available for unlimited time, so you can have that and study that all the time. And the parents community on WhatsApp. So we're gonna be helping you daily. There's so much we're gonna show you, and this is definitely is gonna be key for all the parents that has jujitsu kids, especially in special, right? We're trying to help our community because we believe that jujitsu is a great tool for human development, as I say before. So we want to help you, okay? And what we're gonna give you right here, okay, in this live stream, we're gonna show you here like all the value of this class, right? The mentoring that we built for you, okay? So we have the session 1, which is the assessment and tools, the experience, the power of jiu-jitsu to deepen your connection with your child. So we're going to talk about it during our mentoring, and this is definitely going to help you to have a better communication, better relationship, and become a great mental coach of your child. Okay. So, and then the next one, the next session, it's going to be each session, actually, each session is going to be 2 hour session. We're going to talk with you for 2 hours in each session for 6 weeks. Okay. For 6 weeks. And we want to help. In the session 2, we're going to talk about mastering the power of effective communication. Like we say, like, even if you don't speak, even if you don't talk with your child, right? We have the communication, body language, and all that. So you're gonna understand that how to empower your child with motivation, self-confidence. Learn to ask the right questions according to their behavior profile. And we're gonna talk with you for 2 hours, and it's gonna be a lot. We're gonna answer questions as well. It's going to be like a kind of like a private session with every single one of you, okay, that participate of that. And the session 3, we're going to unlock the secrets to empower your child emotional intelligence. We're going to talk 2 hours with you again on overcoming the fears that hold them back from success. Our program teaches you how to help your child conquer fear and failure, disappointment, judgment, self-expression, and losing and exclusion, right? So you will understand like how to guide your child and unlock right the secrets to empower your child's emotional intelligence. 2 hours lessons as well in the session 3. The session 4, there's like 3 more sessions. We're gonna talk about the mental toughness, right? So jiu-jitsu is mentally challenging, and it requires athletes to maintain focus, confidence, and a positive attitude, even in the face of setbacks, right? We mentioned that before here, but we're going to talk with you for 2 hours in that session as well. And as a parent of a young jiu-jitsu athlete, you can play a key role in helping your child develop mental toughness and resilience, right? So we're going to teach you how to build that within, like how you're gonna talk with your child and build that mental toughness within them, right? In the session 5, there's 2 more. Session 5, the next one, we're gonna talk about that to win in jiu-jitsu, you must overcome self-doubt. You know, if your child has a self-doubt and sometimes don't believe in themselves, we're gonna help you, okay? And we have questions here. Do they doubt their ability to compete before a fight? Do they worry or panic about performing well? Do they think back to the last fight in which they did not do well, right? So it's kind of like a little trauma that they have of losing. Do they compare themselves to opponents, right? How you behave and how you communicate with your child when they compare themselves with others, and this is very common, happens a lot. And do you think too much about their past mistakes, right? So do they think too much about their past mistakes? So we're gonna teach you and help you on how to talk with your child and help them and support them to win in jiu-jitsu. And you know, like, to win in jiu-jitsu, you must overcome self-doubt, right? So in the next session, on the last session, is the pre-competition. We're gonna give you a guide on how to talk and communicate with your child before a tournament, right? Before a tournament, sorry. And then the guide is for the jiu-jitsu parents, is 7 rules. There's 7 secrets here, but in this mentoring, we have 7 rules before a fight. In only this session, you're gonna learn 7 steps, 7 methods that will help you to develop a better relationship and encourage your child to become a beast, right? So develop the eye of the tiger is one of them, right? So how you make your child like super focused, you know, and help them with your words, and develop the right ritual before a tournament. So we're gonna teach you for 2 hours, and it's gonna be amazing. And the next slide here, we're gonna show you the value of all of this. So you're gonna have a 6 weeks live session with Mara and Andrea, $3,600, right? So this is the value. But today we have a special bonus for you. Okay, so we want to make sure that the jiu-jitsu parents can know and understand the communication with their child, right? There's a 6 jiu-jitsu parents workbook, which is worth like $997, and then we have recorded sessions and material, and we have like the community on WhatsApp, and we have a parents assessment, right? All of these will have a price of $6,788, but today we're gonna give you that for $2,000, right? So it's 6 weeks, right? It's like a private lesson with me and Mara teaching you how to talk and communicate and build the mental toughness or the mental aspect of your child in a good way, right? And we have some bonus here for you guys. We have a special bonus. So the first, we didn't finish yet, right? So the first bonus is exclusive for the first 5 enrollments. The first 5 enrollments, the 30 minutes one-on-one session, Jitsu coaching with Professor Andre Galvão. This is worth it $500, but for the first 5 ones, you guys gonna enroll right now, and you guys gonna have that for free. Okay, so I'm gonna have a talk and a conversation with you guys, and of course we're gonna schedule that convenient with your time, and then we're gonna do it, right? So it's gonna be incredible, and definitely it's gonna be a life change, right? We want to help you, okay? So let us help you. So the bonus 2 is exclusive for the first 10 enrollments at 30 minutes one-on-one mental coaching online session with Myra Hummus. It's worth it like $150, but it's going to be for free. So you guys going to have all these 10 people that enroll right now. We'll have this session of 30 minutes. And I believe like more people will sign up right now, right? But the first 10 people, the first 5 people, then the first 10 people, and then the first exclusive for the first 50 people right now, right? We're going to give a $500 off. And actually it's a little bit more than $503. And then we're going to turn your this mentoring, right, for $1,497. And these 6 weeks, you guys will have all this material for you. And there's one more bonus, right? The next bonus is for the first 20 enrollments, we're going to give you a workbook to study with your child, a 30-day plan to improve focus and confidence of your child. We develop this mentoring for you to help you to develop a good communication, great relationship, and a healthy relationship in your child, right? With your child. So this is worth like $297. It's going to be for free. And you just sign up right now if you're ready. And we are here to support you, to help you. Okay. So the total of all of this would cost like $8,235. But today you guys can get that for $1,497. It's a 6-week program, 2 hours every week, right? 2 hours, you're gonna talk and we're gonna help you. And all these 6 aspects, right, of helping your child, mental, your communication actually with your child, to help them to become mentally stronger, right? Because you are the mental coach of your child. And if you start right now, if you do that right now, and I believe like we're gonna have a lot of people on board, because we already started that before, and then we thought about it, right? And we knew like people would get it. We start sending emails, and we already have people enrolled on that, right? We already have people there. And we knew that after this live webinar, it would be faster, right? We're going to fill up the gaps like really fast, the spots really fast. And we believe that those who are now watching this is completely exclusive for you, because as I mentioned before, this is the first time we're doing that. And probably this is the only time that you guys can have that for that price. This is our beta, I would say, our first one, right? Our beta data from the mentoring for parents of athletes. And definitely that's a great opportunity for you to get that for $1,497. And maybe on the next one, when we get another, maybe towards like the end of the year, maybe later, or maybe we're gonna do something more than special, right? But then like I don't believe it's gonna be this price, because this is the first one, and we believe that we're gonna have a lot of parents like super, super happy with that. And I know you're gonna have a great relationship with your child, and your child will have a great relationship with you, and they will become great humans, not only on the mat, but also off the mat. Okay, so that's it. So if you want to do it, be part of it. And this is a great opportunity for you. And I believe it's going to be incredible. It's a life change. Maybe you can say, oh, but this is what I'm going to spend to go to Pancakes, maybe, right? But imagine like Pancakes is coming, and it's a great opportunity for you for the first time to train and teach and help your child to become better and better and sharper and sharper. And you see like great improvement. And I'm sure you guys will love it, because Mara had a great experience on that. She worked with so many. She even like interviewed Pele, she interviewed Pele on YouTube, so she had amazing experience. So she interviewed the greatest athlete of all time, and she has a lot of experience on that, and including myself. Like I have my gym since the academy, right? The Atlas Academy since 2010 here in San Diego, with a huge kids program. We have over 300 kids, and we have a lot of champions. Our kids do great, and we're using this method to help all our parents right here, and then it's helping a lot. So we have incredible results. So we want to share this to the entire Jiu-Jitsu community. It's your opportunity right now. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this. Okay, I appreciate every single one of you. And enroll, okay, enroll, because this is definitely gonna be a great step. Not only today, right? It's gonna be for the rest of your life. Can you believe that Neymar, the one of the top soccer players right now, he doesn't talk with his father, right? Because of, he say like the relationship between him and the father, it's blocked, and they don't have a good conversation. They don't have a good communication. They talk only about business, right? We don't want to be the next parent to talk only about business, with our child. Imagine if your kid like succeed in the sport, but then you stop the relationship with you, so that's not going to be good. And we want to help the community for sure. And definitely, I hope you guys enjoy this live stream, and I enjoy a lot. So this is the first one, and I can't wait for to see all of you, right, in our mentoring for the first week, and then going all the way through the 6 weeks and talk with you, answer your questions. It's going to be incredible.
Yeah, and there was a mom that she said like, I wish I knew this 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And sometimes, we like, we regret, right? Because sometimes we want to help, we are there to help, but we don't know how to help. And that's what we are offering you here. Is like, you're gonna have the mentorship of André Galvão. He's his all his experience, right? And you can talk to him like every week. I think it's, well, if I was a jiu-jitsu athlete, I would never miss this opportunity. Right, to have one of the best in the world, like for many, many years, and not only as an athlete, but especially as a parent, and also as a gym owner, right? I think this is, Andre, I want to congratulate you and Angelica
Thank you.
to do this, because I think it would be so important for all the jiu-jitsu community. And I can't wait to see the parents,
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to start next week. Okay. It's going to start next week. That's why you need to make the decision like now. Okay. I think we already have 4 people sign up. So I think we have one more to have your private session with you, Andre.
Okay.
And so don't wait. Don't wait. Okay. It's only 5 spots available.
Yeah, there's a link right there on the chat. You guys can click on that link and then just go ahead and be part of it. Okay, so we're gonna
Yeah.
be here for you. We're gonna be here for you.
And the link is in the chat, okay? On YouTube, the link is in the chat. For those of you who are in the WhatsApp group, we're gonna send the link over there as well, okay?
Mhm.
And people have many questions here. Can you answer some questions, Andre?
Yes, yes, of course. I see like there's some questions that people ask throughout the group chats. There's a question that I believe I answered this question for the team Lawton Martial Arts. What do you do when you are a parent and a coach? You can separate things. Yes, you can. And that's what we want to teach you, right? That's why we're doing this mentoring. We're gonna help people like you that are parent and also a coach. And there's another question here. As a parent coach, what kind of advice do you give your child after a hard loss? Like I say before, you just have to love. Love is key, right? For your child to get um well developed, right? And we talk about this here, but we're gonna support you and then help you throughout this mentoring, talking about that, right? And dealing with the loss is not easy even for us adults, imagine for a child, right? And then if you as a parent go out there and then put a lot of pressure on your child, definitely that can be a burden and a heavy burden actually, and your child is not going to feel okay about that, right? What I do is just like support, love, and I don't change anything, you know. So no yell, no, I don't yell, I don't do anything like that. I just love, kiss, and say congratulations, did amazing, you did awesome. So let's work, let's keep working, you know. There's another one. My daughter is a supremely talented but single dad here. She had a tough childhood, no mom, questionable self-esteem. She's almost 12. Is it too late? No, it's never too late. That's why we developed this and we want to help you. And you can have more questions and more questions. And the good thing of the mentoring is that we're going to have more parents interacting with each other. And there's a lot of stories like that that will match. And then you see, you're going to share experience and it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible. And it's going to be amazing. So we can't wait for that. I can't wait next week, right, to start the first group or beta group, right? And maybe on the next one, you're not gonna get this at this price, right? So be part of it, and we will support and help you. It's never too late. Definitely, like that's the age that my daughter actually came back to jujitsu, right? She came back to jujitsu and she started training. And I'll talk with you during throughout the mentoring as well. What I did when she decided to stop, it was hard for me. She stopped for 4 years. Like when she was 8, she stopped, and then when she was 12, she came back, right? And definitely like dealing with the self-esteem and as a single father, it's not easy for you. Definitely it's not easy, but you have to love your daughter even more in double, right? You have to love your daughter. Okay. And the next one is like, how do you handle crying after a loss, right? My son says he's not able to control his crying. Yeah, so crying is like every child, like not every, but most of the kids, they lose, they cry right after, right? And parents, they need to understand this is like a natural reaction. You know, it's not because they're being weak. You know, it's just kids, they don't know how to hold their expression sometimes. They're very like pure. So you have to just go there and comfort them, you know, the way they feel like they are in a safe way, right? You have to actually teach them how to deal with losses, of course, right? So they just gotta come back and overcome that. You know, it just show them how strong and how powerful they are. You are the mental coach of your child, and you are the one that's gonna tell your child if they can come back and overcome that or not, right? So you are the one that's going to encourage, because every single word you say will impact the life of your child forever, forever, you know, forever. So if you're a parent that, for example, if you do therapy, with psychologists, you understand that most of the issues that you have in life is related to your relationship with your parents. Most of them. So and the personality that you have and the character that you build is pretty much that. It's pretty much the relationship between you and your parent, right? Imagine like you as a parent understanding that, so not throwing traumas within your child's heart, so they start understanding that it is okay sometimes to have a setback because they can always come back. For the rest of their life they're going to have their lesson, and every time, let's say if they go to a job opportunity and they say no to them, they understand that it's not like that. No is not forever. They have other ways to overcome that, and do different things. So I encourage you to be part of it because you're gonna learn a lot, and definitely it's gonna be incredible. I'm super excited about that. Super excited.
Is there any more? So there is one more question here
Mm.
that I'm going to answer from a brain perspective. Um, he asked, thank you for that. I was wondering if you see different challenges between parenting, coaching preteen girls versus boys in the sports. Yes, well, we can see the difference between kids and teenagers. Okay, the brain is developing, so it's different challenge, especially with girls and boys. But in the mentoring, we can go deep, into this difference because we're gonna work with a small group, and then it's kind of private, right? Because I'm gonna talk to you and help you in person, like me and Andre, and then we can go deep in these details, okay? And also, I think people need to run so they can have the bonus with you, Andre, and with me, right? Okay, so if you need, people ask about payment plan. So if you need a payment plan, please talk to our team, okay? They will help you about that.
Yes.
Yeah, and we are launching this mentoring now, and it's gonna start next week, okay, next Tuesday. Um, yeah, so we are waiting for you guys, and let's do it. Andrea, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Mara. So let's do it, and let's help all the parents in the jiu-jitsu community. And we want more kids train jiu-jitsu, definitely. And I know the benefits that jiu-jitsu did for me, all the benefits with my I had like I used to have like a low self-esteem, and I was super shy, and jiu-jitsu helped me so much, and as you can see, I'm speaking my second language right here without any fear, and I love it, so I know like the importance of jiu-jitsu in the life of the kids, and I love kids. I love to interact with them, and I understand that they're just little adults. They're little adults. As adults are little kids, are bigger kids actually. Sorry, and we just have to understand that. So once you understand how to communicate with your child, game over. Game over. You're gonna see all the results, and you're gonna live a life way better. Okay, so it's about a lifestyle. It's about gain time, not wasting time and wasting relationship with your child. This is so important.
Okay, so yeah, thank you so much, all of you. They stay until now. So I hope I can see you in the mentoring. And yeah, we start next week.
Thank
Okay.
you, guys. Appreciate you. Thank you. Love you. Thank you. Let's do it. Thank you.
Okay, guys. See you. Bye bye.
Bye. See you.